Hi all, Bill Greenberg, excuse me, with PhoneScholar.com. Today is Monday, November 1st, 2010, and I've done a little bit of a different show today. The entire website, the entire day today is dedicated to something that a few people have asked me to do. So I did an Apple iPad versus a Samsung Galaxy Tab comparison. Now, yes, I don't have a tab in my hand. Nobody does. Well, some people have, but I'm just saying. So this is based on the specs and the information that's already been put out there, but I've just kind of put them together. There's basically 3 articles on today. The very first article has the comparison with the key comparison points that I'm going to go over today in the video. The second article is the Apple iPad official live demo video with all the specific specifications. And I didn't want to go through all of them because they get really specific, but some really cool things to look at, so I would look at that. And then the third one is the official Galaxy Tab demo from Samsung with all its specifications. Now remember, it's 9 days until this Galaxy Tab comes out, so some of those specs may actually change, and they could be carrier specific. So in other words, what apps are downloaded in there, things like that could change. So here's a rough thing, comparison between the two, just kind of, again, out of the mind of the crazy person here. I'm hoping that when the Tab actually does come out, somebody like Noah or somebody at Phone Dog will actually do a dogfight, so I have an actual side-by-side video for you guys to have. But until then, I hope this works for you, so check it out. First thing I did on the comparison is I put a link to each of the websites that both have interactive videos and demos for both the iPad and the Galaxy. So if you're thinking about buying one or the other, click on those links and check out the interactive. I would recommend turning down the sound or turning off the sound on the Galaxy Tab one, because it does get a little bit annoying after a while because it's a pounding beat, so check that out. So the basic comparisons for the dimensions, the iPad is a bigger unit. It has a 9.7-inch display and an overall bigger unit, as opposed to the Tab. I'm just going to say Tab to make it easy. The Tab, which is a 7-inch screen. And the difference between those screens is the iPad is an LED screen, and it's a higher resolution screen. I'm not going to get into huge specifics, but it's, if you look at just the numbers, 1024 by 768 pixels, as opposed to 1024 by 600 pixels. And what that means is a clearer, higher resolution screen. So if you look at them side by side, the iPad will stick out a little bit more, plus the fact, like I said, is a bigger screen. Now the Tab is being shown as being able to put in a pocket, things like that. In the video it shows in the back pocket, although I don't really recommend putting it in the back pocket, because if you put it in the back pocket and forget about it, you sit on it, it's gone. So I wouldn't do that. The battery, both of them have non-removable batteries, which has been, a lot of people have said it's a sore point with the iPad, but it looks like a lot of the tablets are going to be going that way. The iPad in the Wi-Fi version only is up to 10 hours, in the 3G is 9 hours, and the Samsung is up to 7 hours of use, so there it gives you an idea. Memory is a big thing. As we all know, the iPad comes in 3 different types of memory. You can get it in a 16 gig, a 32 gig, or 64 gig. The Samsung Tab has, looks like, about 4 gigs of internal built in, and you can put up to a 32 gig card in it. So again, that's limited to that specification only, so you don't have a lot of choices. And of course, the Apple comes in both the Wi-Fi only version, I'll go into that in a second, and the Wi-Fi plus 3G. The Tab is going to have the Wi-Fi and 3G embedded in it automatically, so you don't have to worry about that. And basically Wi-Fi, for those of you who are not real familiar with this, and again this is a very, very loose interpretation, but Wi-Fi is basically an open source of radio network that if there's somebody broadcasting a Wi-Fi signal, you can connect into that and use that to get onto the internet. As opposed to the 3G, which is the carrier specific, AT&T, Verizon, US Cellular, Sprint, T-Mobile, where you have to pay a contract to get onto their 3G system. So that's the biggest difference. Wi-Fi doesn't cost you anything to use. 3G, there is a monthly charge for. So hopefully that gives you a loose interpretation. And the advantage with 3G over the Wi-Fi is if you're traveling, let's say you're on an airplane, you're in a car, stuff like that, and you're going from space to space to space to space, the 3G for the most part will not cut out. The Wi-Fi, if you go from an area that has Wi-Fi to an area that doesn't have Wi-Fi, you're not going to be able to use it. So that's the drawback with Wi-Fi only. Availability, right now, as with like the iPhone, the iPad is an Apple-only product, and it is available at the Apple Store. It's available at AT&T, Target, Walmart, Best Buy, and it's now available at Verizon Wireless, but it's the Wi-Fi version, it's the Wi-Fi plus 3G version, and then as I said in an earlier report, Verizon gives you a 3G card to use with it so you can go on their 3G network. So if you didn't see that, look under Verizon Wireless and you can see the article that talks about that on the website. So that's about it. Now here's the biggest thing. Camera. The iPad does not have a camera at all, where this Galaxy Tab has a front and rear camera. A front 1.3 megapixel camera and a rear 3 megapixel autofocus camera, so you can do video chat. And it's going to be one of its biggest selling points in regards to the iPad. Now they're already saying that the iPad 2 will have cameras in it, and I guarantee they're going to go that way. But right now, if you're looking one way or the other, that's the way to go. And then the prices, of course. The prices on the iPads range from $499, $599, $699 for the memory with no Wi-Fi, and then $629, $729, $829. And these are the same prices wherever you go in regards to the AT&T store, Verizon, Walmart, stuff like that. Yeah, you can find them online for lesser. I'm sure there's people that are underselling them. You can check that out. The Galaxy Tab is going to be available through the carriers, and they're going to be carrier specific. T-Mobile, Sprint, US Cellular, and Verizon have all announced they're going to be carrying it and when it's going to be released. I'm sorry, US Cellular has not announced a release date. AT&T has not announced that they're going to be carrying it, but I'm sure they will be. And it is projected that Best Buy already has it on their website. I'm sure Target and Walmart are going to be carrying it also. Now, the pricing for the tablet has been a little bit crazy. Both Sprint and T-Mobile have announced that they're going to sell it for $399 with a 2-year contract. And T-Mobile and Verizon have announced they'll sell it for $600 without a contract. Sprint's only selling with a contract. So again, it's going to be carrier specific. So here's the bottom line. Which one do I get? Here's my best recommendation for you. Go to some place on the 15th of November or sometime after that. Go to a Verizon or an AT&T store that's going to have both of them in their store and play with them both. That's really the only way that you're going to get a true example, because the size could be a difference. Some people say that the iPad is just way too big for them. Some people might say the tab is too small for them. Take a look at the script. Run your finger across and see the reaction time to it. The iPad is a multi-touch screen, and it is a finger-resistant screen, so that may be a selling point. That's my best recommendation: is go to the store, play with both of them, see if they fit into your price range, and that's the way to go. Like I said, hopefully we'll when the tab actually comes out, we'll get some more videos and stuff and one-on-one comparisons to follow up with this story. But I hope this helps out and satisfies those of you that have been asking about this. Again, for everything else, go to phonescholar.com, or you can check us out and send me more questions at blogquestions@phonescholar.com. Have a great day, and I shall talk to you tomorrow.